Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, January 9th, 2024.
But before I walk you through the charts, as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. Share the content, if you would, with friends and colleagues. And check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos just like this one. Daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, that is the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs. Weekly analysis in the S&P 500 Index, the NASDAQ 100 Index, the Long Bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube. That is 8 a month that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor. We're always looking for at least 20% moves on those stock picks, and you can check out all of this for no cost for 5 days. We offer a 5-day free trial up front with a wickedstocks.com subscription. So sign up for wickedstocks.com, check it all out. If you don't like what you see within 5 days, you can cancel your subscription at no cost to you whatsoever.
Let's jump into the charts, take a look at the big picture as usual, work our way into the day itself. We came off several weeks ago this what had been a 1 to 2 month objective, 3 to 5 week target in the upper 350s, then the low to mid 360s, dropping weekly. This channel top at 257.72 all week, 256 and a quarter on the daily chart. I don't expect to see that this week, but I'm just mentioning in terms of the big picture, we came off of this. And when you come off of a 6-month channel top like that, you need to look at the channel bottom as a longer term possibility. We can rotate south over the next several months, 3 to 5 months, into the upper 170s, the 179.22 level. I don't expect it, but I do know that one should not discount that possibility, and you can go so far as to trade it. In other words, you can, as the market is testing resistance, perhaps reach for 180 strike, 175 strike out of the money puts that don't expire. I would go at least 6 months out on that, given the fact it would take probably the better part of 3 to 5 months to fulfill. And in fact, this is the channel bottom on the daily chart, 179.86. And if it is to be tested, I do think our signal for that, as I've been saying, would be a settlement in the coming days, the next couple of weeks, below the low 220s, 221.95 to 223.16, rising channel bottom and rising 2/3 speed line combination, trend defining midterm support, able to contain selling if tested over the next week or two into possibly through February trade. And from here, we can round back up to that channel resistance on the weekly chart at 257.72 within 2 to 3 weeks of doing so, perhaps, maybe 3 to 5, depending on volatility. But we're not even there yet in terms of anticipating 221.95 over the next week or so, because we've yet to actually close below this inside channel structure today at 238.72. Now, we've slipped below this channel a fair amount over the last couple of trading days, Friday and Monday, but we've not closed below it. That may have been a frustration, in terms of testing your risk management skills or your risk management policy, but if you held on to that long position, great. Those of you who trade the 3 to 5 day swing trade to the 1 to 2 week swing trade know that continued daily settlements at or above 238.72 will actually keep the 256.25 channel top on the daily chart, and once again on the weekly chart, 257.72 in reach over the next week or two. And this is true, holding above 238.72. On the way up, we do have 249.77, this former rising 1/3 speed line that can contain session strength if or when tested. And in fact, is it in reach today? It is certainly possible. We've seen these moves before, holding above 238.72. We do have these minor points. The most notable, I'll say, of these minor points is 240.57. Nothing more than a short-term channel top over the last 4 days of trading. And if we push or open above 240.57, which is a number just above yesterday's settlement price, then sure, we could see a short cover rally to 249.77 intraday. 249.77 able to contain session strength. And if we close in this vicinity, I can tell you that on Wednesday, this will be just an intraday pivot point. like 229.60 is here on the support and resistance column, because I don't see it as being a significant resistance area. But in terms of containing buying pressures on what would be a significant rally day, I think as the day wears on, 249.77 in reach if we push or open above 240.57 and able to contain session strength. But just keep in mind that as long as we continue closing at or above 238.72, I'll say by the end of next week, we should push back into the mid, or can push back, I should say, into the mid to upper 250s once again. This 256.25 channel top is the same one on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, if you recall, we closed above it for a day, and then the following day put out a key reversal high and came falling back. That underscores the importance of waiting for the longer-term buy signals on the weekly chart. And I'll get to that in a moment. But let me continue with the downside, because we are pretty close to that 238.72 channel bottom. And if we break or open today, we did open below it on Monday, and we came back to close above it. This also underscores the importance of the settlements. You know, the closing in relation to these line studies is everything. Open-based signals are not nearly as reliable as the settlement-based signals. And so I'll just cut to the chase that if we close today below 238.72, we should by the end of next week fall into the low 220s, 221.95 to 223.16. On an intraday basis, it is certainly possible that if we open, for instance, today below 238.72, the 229.60 is in reach. That is a 50% downside Fibonacci. Well, actually, 50% is not a Fibonacci number. It's more of a Dow theory number, but you know, people use it as a Fibonacci retracement. 229.60 in reach, possibly today if we break, especially open below 238.72. That could be it for the day. But once again, if we close today below 238.72, by the end of next week or sooner, 221.95 to 223.16 in reach. And if you went short a couple of weeks ago when we were testing long-term resistance and you've been holding out for the low 220s, bravo. This is your area to take profits and perhaps reverse and go long back into the mid to upper 250s, the 257.72 channel top, then in reach within 3 to 5 weeks or less of testing the low 220s. Now, once again, if we close below 221.95 over the next week or two, that's not going to happen today, but it could happen over the next couple of weeks. And if so, then I am clearly indicating 179.86 as a 1 to 2 month downside target. This could be within 3 to 5 weeks with a high volatility sell-off, or it could take the better part of 2 months with present volatility. But closing below 221.95, I see no good reason to be long Tesla if you trade the 1 to 2 month time horizon. In fact, you want to be short. And if you did not reach for 170 or 175 strike out of the money puts when we were testing the upper 250s a few weeks ago, your next signal for reaching for, say, 175 or 180 out of the money puts would be a settlement below 221.95. And then you want to go, I would say, at least 4 months out on that expiration date. You know, I think I've pretty much covered it for the day. I'm going to leave it at that for Tuesday's Tesla Report. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com for that 5-day free trial. We put out 2 stock picks, actually, on Monday. One was in Adobe. The other was in Bunge. I know I'm mispronouncing it. Bunge, a seed oil processor, global, large cap stock. We put out 2 on Monday alone. Fresh stock picks. You should take a look at them. You get 5 days free trials. You can check out both of those stock picks for the week and all of our triple Q and SPY analysis every single day this week. And if you don't like what you see, you can bow out, say on Friday. That's your call entirely. I suspect, though, you might want to stick around as you see what else we offer at wickedstocks.com. That's all I've got for Tuesday's test. I'll be back, of course, tomorrow with Wednesdays. You have a great evening.